Creating a third space for youth in Hamilton, a complex problem. Once a strong, positive relationship is established between the student and school through third places, positive changes in regard to self-perception, confidence, and aspirations follow. Malcolm H. Woodland, Urban Education. The mission in creating a third space in Hamilton is to foster community fulfillment through youth-based opportunities, using creative engagements while collaborating with neighboring communities that are involved in youth activities. We hope to grow the outside organizations that are involved in youth activities through a community network, as well as work together on projects and youth skill building. Close your eyes. Imagine being 14 years old again. That's around the time of 8th grade or your freshman year of high school. Hanging out with your friends was your biggest priority. Listening to music, watching for the latest trends, learning how to adult while still being a kid. What responsibilities did you have at that age? Where did you go? Were you happy? Did your childhood resemble any of these? What responsibilities did you have? Cleaning your room, taking care of siblings for a little bit, doing homework, practicing your instrument, getting ready for the school dance. The point is, many kids grow up learning how to be responsible, but don't have the responsibilities that adults have. Childhood development is a well-researched topic, and it's ever-changing with new information. Positive childhood experiences are one of the essential necessities for a child's development. A positive childhood impacts brain development, emotional and physical health, social skills, academic success, behavior, as well as resilience. However, we are aware not every child gets to grow up in a positive atmosphere. Some kids grow up only knowing adult responsibilities, like watching the kids, putting food on the table, dealing with adult problems, etc. Now imagine trying to figure out how to balance being a kid and thrown into the adult world. Can we really expect anything different than a kid acting out at school or at home due to the situation that they're in? Can you imagine trying your hardest to get your schoolwork done in a loud, uncooperative environment? Can you imagine not having an outlet? The younger generations not only have children susceptible to negative childhood experiences, but there's a pattern of loneliness as we look toward younger generations. This is partially due to the lack of resources, the lack of outlets, and issues with social media. Well, let's make sure all kids have a place to go. Where did you go hang out when you were younger? A bit of background on me. I grew up near Oxford. I went to Talawanda. The popular hangout besides a sporting event was called The Lot, and it's where kids parked their trucks and literally hung out in a parking lot. That's it. It was an old Walmart parking lot that's now home to the Oxford Library and a few other restaurants. But in the early 2000s, it was the place to be. As you can see, it doesn't take much to give kids an outlet and a place to be themselves. So back to the question, how can we overcome these issues? Well, they can hang out at a mall like these ladies. Great. But are malls even open anymore? Malls are closing all across the country due to online shopping, and the ones that are open have curfews set at a pretty early time. How about the movies? The movies is a good choice. But most of the movie theaters, you have to be 18 or older or have parent supervision. They won't let you in. How about the local park? Well, the one close by is pretty sketchy, and the really nice one's about 3 miles away, and you don't drive. I guess you have to go home and hang out. But if you go home, you have to deal with your family and probably help around the house. Where can our youth go? This is where the idea of a third space comes in. What's a third space, you ask? A third space is a place outside of the home and school or workplace that people can connect with others, converse, and interact. Adults utilize third spaces all the time. A coffee shop, a restaurant, a bar. Meeting coworkers after work is an example of utilizing a third space. Going out with friends to a restaurant is another example. It's a place that you can go be yourself and get away from the pressure of work and life for a little while. What's your ideal of a third space? Personally, mine's a softball field. I love watching my kids play softball and coaching them. It's my happy place away from work and home that I get to do what I love. Why Hamilton? Hamilton is going through an amazing renaissance. While progress is still underway, not a lot has come toward the east end of Hamilton aimed at youth specifically. We believe the youth in the community would greatly benefit from a space where they can be creative, socialize with other youth in the area, maybe a place that they can learn job skills and take classes, and have a place to just be themselves. The location of this third space is the old firehouse on Schuler Avenue. This is an ideal location as it's directly next door to the Richard Allen Academy, which is a youth charter school that currently doesn't hold any extracurricular activities due to the lack of funding. With the collaboration effort with the Richard Allen Academy and the neighboring youth in the area, the aim is to reach more than 200 youth each year through programming, special events, and open space hours. With this third space in mind, we also want to foster the collaboration between adults and youth. Youth in the community have a voice, and we want to be the conduit to raise that voice up. By bringing adults who hold positions in local businesses, we open opportunities for youth to engage adults and listen to all the voices within the community. Bringing a third space to the east end of Hamilton not only brings collaboration efforts, it'll also bring community outreach and foster growth in the neighborhood and the surrounding areas. The hope is that with the success of Hamilton's third space, other neighborhoods would follow suit and create their own space tailored to the desires of youth that their youth have. Give kids community and they will be transformed. Creating a third space for youth in Hamilton. It is a complex problem. Thank you.